All right, it's time for part two. Megadeth, top three songs from each studio album. Their newest record, self-titled Megadeth, came out a week ago today. And last weekend, I dropped part one. We did the first four albums. We're going to do four more today. Um, so yeah, we're in my nostalgia window. I figured it out. The second record I had was Rust in Peace. So we finished off with that one. And now we're going to start up with Countdown to Extinction. So these next two, Countdown and then Euthanasia, a lot of nostalgia for me because this is around high school years for me, and had some really good buddies, still friends of mine today that were also into Megadeth. So we'll talk about that. But before we get over to Countdown to Extinction, just the band for these four records is Mustaine on guitars and vocals, Mr. Megadeth, Dave Mustaine, Dave Ellefson on bass, Marty Friedman on guitars, and then Nick Menza on drums. These four records, if I'm not mistaken, don't have Mr. Vic Rattlehead on the cover, which I don't think in my studying, reading up on these guys, it says why they moved away from that, because this dude, quite the mascot. So this is a pretty cool picture that was made. Inspiration of Vic, I will call it. And with Countdown to Extinction, yeah, I really dig that record. So I figured out Symphony of Destruction is my intro into the band. It was on the MTV Countdown back when they played music, and that was fighting for the top three. I can't remember the other two bands that were fighting for the top spot, but Symphony was on that countdown for a long time, and my brother and I would look forward to watching to see those music videos, and both were really big into them. So what we're gonna do, we'll move over, we'll take a look at Countdown, the tracks, and share with you my top three. Here we go, the 1992 release, Countdown to Extinction. Yeah, this clearly is not Vic Rattlehead here. It's an old man that seems like he's on the brink of extinction here. But yeah, really solid, stellar record. I think many fans are going to say this is their best. Rust in Peace is the best. But I've heard the song a lot. My only knock on this album has nothing to do with the band. It was early 2000s. We were at a barbecue. We were going to play cards. And this is the album they had on. And it just kept repeating and repeating and repeating. I don't know why they didn't change it. And so it was like, guys, come on. I love this album, but you can't play it 5 times in a row. I mean, there's other stuff. There's other Megadeth records we could listen to. So after that, I didn't listen to this record for quite some time, but I did end up buying the live anniversary of it, and that's the one I've been listening to lately. But enough about that. Let's get into my top 3 favorite songs. And this isn't going to be like what's the most technical. This is going to be what's the most appealing to my ears. What do I play the most? So right out of the gate, we're going to go with the album opener, Skin on My Teeth. The opening riff has those thrash roots of where Megadeth started. I think it's a fantastic, powerful album opener. The solo's excellent from, I'm assuming, Marty Friedman. Drums are really strong too. This is a great song for the mosh pit, and it's just like when they play it, I think it's the igniter to get that the pit going. Never get tired of this song. So yeah, Skin on My Teeth, we're going there first. Second track, I wasn't going to go Symphony of Destruction because that was the one I've probably listened to the most, and that's where I started. But because I started, I'm going to go with that one, Symphony of Destruction. The nostalgia is here. I have really good memories of watching not that the music video is anything special, but really distinct memories of watching that. My brother watching it too, a couple friends that were into Megadeth at the time. But this broke this band into a whole other level in terms of mainstream. I think they got to give a lot of credit to this song. Chunky riff. I think it plays nice with a steady drumming from Nick. Yeah, you move. So it's a song like bang your head too. There's political lyrics in here, which is the theme for Mustaine throughout these records. But Symphony of Destruction, it is a Megadeth classic. Often you're going to see it played around Peace Sells and Holy War's Punishment Due. Oftentimes that'll be 3 in a row, just like how I laid them out to close out a concert. So yeah, Symphony of Destruction, that's the number 2 song here. Again, these are not in order of my favorite. I'm just going in order how they are on the album. So the next song we're going to go with is the title track, and it's song number 7, Countdown to Extinction. This is a song by the name. You can tell things are looking bleak. It's not looking good. I do like Dave Ellefson keeps a strong bass line throughout the verses. That's a standout for me. Chorus adds some strong elements with high notes hitting on the guitar. So I think that pairing's nice. It makes that part stand out to me as well. There's this like battle style drumming. I don't know the technical term for it, but I really dig that. And that's happening while Mustaine's doing like this spoken word type vocal. Really good song. My top three from Countdown to Extinction. Again, Oh My Teeth, Symphony of Destruction, and Countdown to Extinction. There's some strong names for songs. All right, we're going now to Euthanasia. This one has a lot of nostalgia for me too. Absolutely in high school at this time when I got this record. Didn't get it when it came out. I wasn't at that time of my life, it wasn't on top of releases like nowadays. And so eventually hear about this. One of my good buddies might have had it first. And then we're playing it, hanging out in his room, probably 3 or 4 of us. And then I, bought it pretty quickly after that. Initially, my 3 favorite songs that they're a little bit different now was going to be Elysian Fields, Blood of Heroes, and Family Tree. Going back and listening to this one, there's some other songs I like better now. I still dig those 3. They're really catchy, but there's a couple other ones that made themselves into the lineup. So let's take a look at number 1 with Euthanasia. My top 3 favorite songs here. We're going to go with Reckoning Day. The riff with the opening drums to me sounds like warfare, like machine gun fire. That's awesome. That's a sound that's always going to get me instrumentally, a sound instrumentally that I'm just drawn to. I think it's just kind of brings you into it. A lot of guitar layers between Friedman and Mustaine and just different style types throughout the song. I think the bridge into the guitar solo slows this song down a little bit, which is a nice change of pace. You get this clean acoustic filling guitar, and then you have a electric guitar going on there as well. Not a ripping solo. Not a ripping solo at all between Dave Mustaine and Marty Friedman. I think it really sounds good. They complement each other really well in here. And then, I think it's a strong, muscular way to just kick off this album. And this song has just grown on me over the years. So as I went back through and I'm listening to the Megadeth catalog again because this new album came out, this is not one of the songs, if I'd have gone back 10 years ago, that was in my top 3. But today, and this last couple weeks I've been listening to Megadeth, it has creeped up there. So Reckoning Day. Next one we're going to go with is track number 3, Addicted to Chaos. Menza again as a standout. The drumming in the opening, he just showing off some musical talents in terms of how the hooks he can build in there with the drums. To me, when you get an opening like that, and you're going to hear it on a couple other songs, you can just tell the song's going to be a good one. It's going to be a banger. So really appreciate that. The verses have this slow, like circular feel to them musically. That's always a sound that I dig too. I think the guitar is very cool throughout, and when the solo comes in, it just shifts the song into another gear. So I like the pick me up that you get there. Lyrics and vocals have the right emotion, and this is a song, to me, it's like, oh, could be our final stand. Like, we got to give everything we got so, we don't get taken out. So Addicted to Chaos, strong song. And it did not leave my top 3. We're going Family Tree. This is track number 8 on Euthanasia. I'm telling you, from the opening note, from the first time I heard this, I knew this song was going to rock. It did not let me down. I really have loved it from the first time I heard it. Ellison is a standout for me with the bass lick he has playing throughout. Strong hooks, cool guitar riffs from Marty. Vocally, the chorus, it wants you to sing with it. There's just that, it grabs you, and one of those ones you're going to sing, even though Mustaine's not an accomplished singer. He's the one I said before, he's an acquired taste. He does get better in these records in terms of not as harsh on the ear, and these 4 records I'm talking about right here. But yeah, I mean, I like the early stuff too. I like the whole Megadeth catalog. I think the guitar solo fits this song really well, and I just like how the solo builds. It's a little bit slower in the beginning, and then it takes off as it goes through. So top 3 songs from Euthanasia, we're going Reckoning Day, Addicted to Chaos, and Family Tree. All right, let's move over to Cryptic Writings. This one also makes an appearance in high school for me, but it was more towards the later end. So I don't have quite the nostalgia with this song or this record that I do with Euthanasia and Countdown to Extinction. I have vivid memories of listening to this driving to one of my buddy's dad's funerals, and so there's memories like that connected to this one, and so maybe that one is why it's not as it was a sad day, and so maybe that's why this one doesn't give me the warm fuzzies like some of the other ones do. Right out the gate, we're going Trust. I believe this was the lead single for this record. It's the album opener. Another song, you can tell by the drums. The drums are catchy. You just know they built a really good song around these drums. For years, this is one of the songs I look forward to, any of their live shows. The bass line has a great groove. Chorus is strong. I like the lyrics. My body aches from mistakes. Betrayed by lust. We lied to each other so much. Yeah, good chug from the band. Cool mix of guitars on Trust, and the solo is well placed in this one too. And then I believe as the song ends, you got soloing that comes through, but the vocals are over top. So the soloing from Marty's underneath it as Mustaine's singing. And that's a really cool way to close out these songs. And if you listen to my Alter Bridge top 3 song review, they are doing that on a number of their songs. And I like when these guitar players can show off, because I was, wannabe guitar player back in the day. Never good, but always dreamt that one day I would be. Next song, we're going track number 2, Almost Honest. This is more of a rock song than metal for me. I think the pacing from Ellefson and Menza, they're holding down this rhythm section, keeps the song rolling. Mustaine showing off he can write some catchy harmonies. His vocal harmonies are strong here. Really nice mix of guitars on the track as well. I think Friedman and Mustaine work well together. This is a clear-cut song for the radio. When you hear that, it's just, you don't have to be a heavy metal fan. This is like a rock and roll song. But I like that one, Almost Honest. And then we're going to go... There's 2 I was bouncing between. I was going between She-Wolf, but I landed on A Secret Place. I'm pretty sure that's sitar that Marty Friedman's playing in the beginning. If I'm wrong, you can let me know, but I think that's the instrument he's playing from what I read. It's a great addition to this album and just something different that Megadeth's bringing to the table. Another track with really strong hooks. You could tell why they'd picked this song for one of their singles. It's accessible to many different rock fans, like Almost Honest is. And then Friedman shows his versatility and just really his creativity, not just on this album, you hear it on the other ones too, but I think you can hear him evolving, bringing different styles into these records, especially on Cryptic Writings. I'm hearing it, and then you'll hear it on the next one too. And then Marty became this guitar virtuoso, releasing instrumental records. I think he's a big star in Japan, if I'm not mistaken. And so, is it a surprise that eventually he ended up leaving the band? No, I would say no. But again, we're looking at this after the fact, but just how these records have evolved, and especially we're going to talk about this on this next record. But my top 3 songs from Cryptic Writings, we're going Trust, Almost Honest, and Secret Place. All right, one more album to go. And this is one, this Risk. Megadeth Risk. By many Megadeth fans, their most hated record, this one, or Super Collider. So yeah, wow, Risk. Okay, released in 1999, a very different sound, and I didn't go out and buy this one right away. I think I was watching wrestling at the time, and so track number 4, which is not one of my top 3, Crush 'Em, was performed on WCW, so World Championship Wrestling. It was a live performance by Megadeth. That song didn't do anything for me. I was pretty disappointed in it, and I'm pretty sure that's the reason I did not go out and buy this record, and plus I was hearing the hate on it. I ended up buying it later, because I wanted all of the entire Megadeth catalog, so I went and bought it. So where are we going to go to start my top 3 songs? We're going to go to track number 5, Breadline. This song taps into my hair metal ballad days. That's really what I grew up on. My first stuff I was listening to, where I was buying my own stuff. was hair metal. When I was listening again today, maybe it's more like Bad Company or Foreigner, but I mean, it's in that realm. Those bands weren't hair metal, I don't think, but it was in that realm of, trying to make radio friendly songs. I think it's a smooth sounding, calm song. Chorus is catchy. Definitely not what I was expecting from a Megadeth record at all, or from a Megadeth song one bit. Um, I do agree with Mustaine though. He's gone on record saying if another band would have released this, not having that Megadeth name on it, it wouldn't have received the hate that it did, because it has some good songs in here. So I think he's right. I think he's right about that. Song number 2, I'm gonna go with. Let's scroll down. I'll Be There, track number 7. This is another ballad type track, easy on the ears. I think it's a song you probably could play for your grandma who's not into rock and roll and metal, and she's probably gonna like it, So take that take that for what it is. I'll tell you what, my grandma wouldn't have liked anything from Megadeth except maybe these slow, calm ballad like songs. But I do appreciate the lyrics with this is I got your back, I'm going to be there when you need me. And then there's these layered vocal harmonies going on in the song. I think that's a nice touch. But in case you're wondering, if you watched any of these, I have playlists. The song and Breadline made my mellow playlist. And one more, we're going to go track 8. So from what I also read, I've watched a video on that too on YouTube, is Mustaine said, at least at some point, this is the best song he had written. Now, if he's like most bands, they have an album coming out, they're gonna talk up that album like it's the best thing ever. So if he made that comment right before Risk came out, take it for what it's worth. Bands just do that. But if he's saying that years later, bold statement, Dave, but you're a bold guy, so I'll give it to you. Yeah, to me, this one's similar to Breadline and I'll Be There in terms of it's mellow and slower. There's not an ounce of metal on these 3 songs that I picked, I don't think, in my opinion. But I like them. I like all 3 of them. All 3 ended up on my playlist, my mellow playlist. The acoustic guitar sounds really good. And then, he has the vocals. I'm an Outcast. That's kind of grabs me in, makes you want to listen to a little bit more. And then I think on the back, the last third of this track, it starts getting rocky. Bringing the energy in there. And I do like the solo that's going on. Again, this is another one that's soloing underneath Dave singing. Dave Mustaine, that is, singing. But yeah, this is a decent track. Went on my playlist, so that's definitely worth a shot. But Risk, we're going Breadline, I'll Be There, and Wanderlust. All right, y'all. I'm curious your favorite songs, and my songs are gonna change from year to year, but those are songs I've liked when I listen to this record, and I don't hate the record. It's just not gonna be ranked high when I eventually rank my Megadeth records, but I'll work on getting part 3 out, so I'll do the next 4 or 5 albums for you soon. But be well, y'all. Take care.